And welcome to Realty Connects Long Island on the Daily Blue. I am Karin Caro, and I am here with John Fitzgerald and Michael Artolino. I'm so happy that I missed the session last week because I heard there was some scarecrowing going on.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up.
They made you look like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
If you guys do anything on me, I will swear to
No,
God.
we have no intentions.
No,
of
nothing.
No.
We'll talk about your stockings later.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
well,
my
I can't
boots.
see your stockings.
I want everyone to know that now, while I'm putting on my earrings or my rings or getting dressed, I'm thinking of you and what you're going to make fun of, and I changed.
We would never do that.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
No.
Oh, it's Michael?
Yeah.
Michael, yeah.
You
I like
just
the
your.
earrings today.
Thank
They
you.
don't
Just
match,
subtle.
but I like them.
Oh, here he goes. Here
So,
he goes.
and we should mention that our producer is standing with his camera in hand because
Thank you, Brandon.
some of the equipment was
Some
in the
people
move to the
are-
new studio.
Yes.
And
Next
there
week, are we going to shoot live in the studio?
Yes,
What do you think?
camera
Sounds like
stations
fun.
missing and
Come a
things. But
little-
anyway, he's going to hand hold that camera for the entire show.
And
which
Sorry,
will be fun.
Brandon.
And
Don't
Don-
shake that at all.
And Don is going to tickle him at some point.
Maybe shaking a little
Yeah,
now.
let's have a
Making
little
him
fun
laugh
with
a little.
Brandon
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
That sounds great.
No, we'll
So-
get him back. He's part of the scarecrow.
Oh, I know, and also when he put that house up that I loved,
Yes.
that foreclosure,
Yeah.
which he didn't know
Nice.
I love foreclosures, but that was, yeah, he's a little jokester, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
A little bit of a
interesting.
wise guy.
I'd like-
Anyway, let's get into the show because
definitely like to get into the
what
show.
we said last week was we were going to answer some of the consumers' questions.
Okay, did we have a
So
lot
we
of
dug
questions?
out a few.
Okay.
First, we should let everybody know that
Yeah, if they would like to call in, they should call 516-702-5406. I feel like the camera's not on me, but you can hear me, I hope.
No.
Brandon's on.
No, he's on the screen.
Oh, good, that's good. Okay, so please remember to call us or email us at realtyconnectsli@gmail.com. Okay, now to the questions.
Well, our first question came in from Natalie, and it's pretty simple. She said, "How long should I expect to be on the market before my home will be sold?"
Yeah, now I know why you said, oh no, Michael, I'm not going to show you any of the questions from last week.
No, well, you can handle this one, Michael.
How long
He
should I
can handle
expect my home to be on the market? Well, my simple answer here, John, would be, did you listen to the realtor on the pricing of the home?
Okay.
And if you priced your home correctly, you would be getting activity and you would be getting offers. So putting a house on in the sweet spot, but how long it takes to sell the house, there's some factors also, all joking aside, not just listening to the realtor.
Motivation, right.
Economic conditions, anything that might be changing in the news right now, what did the rate do, and constantly reevaluating where you are and having a very strong dialogue with your real estate company and pay attention to the economic conditions of what's happening out there.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
I think, so the short answer here is a lot of communication with whoever you're working with and pay attention to what's happening in the marketplace as far as economics and interest rates, because you're always reevaluating where you are.
I agree. I think what you're saying too is put the home on the market in today's market. A lot of people put the home on the market in yesterday's market or tomorrow's market. Well, my friend got this much, so I should get that much, but that was 2 years ago. Or they say the prices are going to go up, so I'm going to put the house on the market higher and see if they go up, which I don't anticipate that's going to happen. We'll probably cover that later. But put the house on the market in today's market.
Such a good point, because Natalie maybe has 2 or 3 other houses on her street that are on the market. And so perhaps Natalie might be saying, well, that house isn't sold yet, and that house isn't sold yet, and mine has this, and mine has that. Whereas, again, going to what has sold, what is in contract right now in the market today. It doesn't matter what's on. It matters how you fit in that pool of
I have a
homes.
question. Is it best to have something waiting for you that you found when you're buying a house and selling, or to sell your house and then go look for something?
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
Is it?
Great
Because
question.
I always wonder.
That's a great
because
question.
it's hard to say I'm moving when there's really nothing out there, and I think that would motivate how much I wanna,
You're
push
talking
my
about that
price.
bump up buyer, the person
Yeah.
that's gonna be moving, well.
Yeah, if you're
you-
not exciting me in what's out in the market, then I get scared about moving. I'd
If you're
rather stay
going
in my
on the
house.
market, if you're going on the market, prior to going on the market, you should have a general idea of where you wanna go.
Sure.
You know, maybe you wanna move to this subdivision, or maybe you wanna move to this town, or maybe you
Sure.
wanna be closer to the village wherever you might be living, or a condo.
Sure.
Well, almost at the same time, when you've priced and evaluated the value of your home, you should be looking in those areas, staying in touch with those areas via, again, the person you're working with, and with all the information that's out there on the internet, so that when an offer does come in on your home, you know, oh, that subdivision has two that I can go take a
But what
look
if
at.
there's no inventory?
Well, that's an interesting question, but I have never seen it happen that a person sold their home and couldn't find what they wanted. There is enough inventory out there. If you're willing to take the time and go look, you'll find what you want. You will. And you
Okay.
can sometimes delay the closing on the house that you're in.
I agree with you.
Okay.
So
I've
you'll
never had
find a
anyone
house.
homeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
never had
yeah.
anyone
Yeah, I don't wanna be
homeless.
homeless.
And it's scary, because you brought
It
that
is
out.
scary.
It's a common practice for a normal individual to say, well, I don't have any place to go.
Right.
And so, they're worried about that.
Sure.
But you don't have to worry about that.
Especially if
You'll
you
always find
really
a
love
place.
your home and you are looking to upgrade, then it would be, it's a
Yeah.
scary thing to say, well, what is there out there? Or if you're gonna downsize, but you really love your home and you're downsizing and you still wanna find something that has the same type of
Yeah.
feel of what you're used to or what
And
you
that,
love.
that being said, if you do go out and find the home of your dreams, don't be afraid to go to contract on it. It just means that you have to be conscious of values to sell the home you're in. You
Right.
can't expect pie in the sky. You wanna get it on the market, get it sold, and move on. We talked about this on one of the shows. People think their house is their investment. It's not. You invest in quality of life. So if you're moving to a better house, it's gonna give you a better quality of life, and you're gonna enjoy things so much better,
Yes.
then don't worry about the money.
If you
you're
found
valuing
that
I remember that
house,
episode.
Yeah.
you found the house, you're
Yes.
in contract on that house, now sell your house
Yeah.
in the right place so that you get,
Oh, but how
to
many
your
times
house.
have you seen people go into contract on a house that they love, but then they're not able to sell that other house? And I think that would be a motivating factor to price and, right, to get that,
Mhm.
that lower, but-
Yeah. But it all works, it all balances. And just to sum this question up a little bit, in case you were asking about time frame, from the time you list your house to the time you're actually moving, should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 days,
Okay.
maybe 120 days.
Mhm.
And you'll be moving into your new home. And that's based on
I agree with
following
that.
the economic conditions so that you price it
Right,
correctly.
everything we previously said, if they
Yeah.
work with that, I think your time frame is right on.
Well, I like that everyone asked questions and sent them in, but
Yeah, well,
I've got
here's
always
another
lots of
question,
questions,
so-
okay.
It says here, I sold my house for $528,000. The appraiser for the buyer reported a value of $490,000, and the buyer wants to only pay $490,000. How could this happen? How could this
Gee,
happen?
okay,
Yeah.
well, I would say clearly that the homes that have closed in the area that the appraiser is using were in the space of 490,000. Well, of course, that homeowner that got the 528 has the best shag carpet, the landscaping's perfect, and they've freshly painted the home.
Right.
However, the appraiser must look at room count,
Mhm.
a demographic around the house,
The area,
when it's sold, and from there, they draw their appraisal. So that price of 528, yeah, maybe with some further discussion, maybe there's a compromise there. Maybe
Sure.
the homeowner says, you know what, you don't know this though, because the initial answer from the buyer was, I'll pay 490. Well, if the house has a lot to offer, maybe the seller says, I'll tell you what, I'll go down this much. The buyer says, all right, maybe I'll go up this little bit. And then they come to a compromise. The thing that people need to understand, especially in this market, the bank's not
I was
changing
just
the
gonna ask
appraisal.
you,
Yeah.
okay.
No, the
That has
banks-
you're not gonna
The
get,
bank's not changing the
Once that
appraisal.
appraisal is handed in, recorded, it's very, very, very difficult to
Sure.
make any changes to it
Sure.
whatsoever. And generally, the appraised value of the property
Is accurate.
the appraised
That's
value of the
right,
property. So the fact that you managed to sell it for 528, which is above market value,
Right.
there's a fail-safe for the buyer in that an appraiser's gonna come in and say, this is the value and this is the most we can lend on the property. So more than likely, as much as I hate to say this, you're probably gonna have to sell the house for $490,000 in order to get a sale on it.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
But he sounds really concerned about that.
Yeah.
Fair
so
question,
hopefully-
coming up a lot right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we're on a curve where that will settle out probably over the next, hopefully over the next year,
Okay.
where that'll start to even out. Again, economic conditions will come into play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Another
we have
question.
one more question and then we can
I'm
talk
gonna read
about
this
it.
one.
Sure.
I met with a broker and he told me I needed to sign a buyer contract to only work with him. I'd never heard of this. Is this something new? Tony and Rose. Well, buyer brokerage, you can sure speak to that.
Well, it's not something new. I would say probably 90% of the houses sold in other states, California, for instance, Connecticut, are done with
Absolutely.
buyer brokerage.
Okay.
Upstate New York, buyer brokerage. Only Long Island is this pocket where we don't really use buyer brokerage to benefit the buyer as much as we should. The fact is, I don't know if the broker actually said that, but if he said you have to sign a buyer broker contract, that's not true. But every buyer out there should at least have the option to be represented. And it should be explained to them when they visit with a broker for the first time that they have an opportunity to be represented in the transaction. And it is a benefit to the buyer
Totally.
to
Yeah.
have a broker represent them in the
Is it?
transaction.
Because
It's
it
not
seems like
new,
it could
it's
be
not
construed
uncommon.
as it's a benefit to the broker.
Well,
No.
think about this for a moment. You're putting your house on the market. Tony and Rose are putting your house on the market.
Right.
They want to know that that trusted person that they hired in real estate is representing them and advocating for them, and the legal term fiduciary responsibility is to make sure that they are looking out for all their best interests, best price, terms, everything. That's their responsibility, that's their job.
Okay.
Well, now Tony and Rose go to contract, and now they want to buy your house. They should, that trusted person they used now is saying, I'm now going to be your advocate, my fiduciary responsibility, my best interest. I'm going to make sure you're buying in a good area. I'm going to make sure all those things you're concerned about, whatever it's environmental, whatever you're concerned about, I'm working hand in glove with you, and I'm representing you that you are buying a house the way you sold your house, and now I'm looking out for you, everything I'm doing. It is absolutely the way to go, and little
Yeah.
by little by little, Long Island is slowly
They're embracing it. They're
getting there,
embracing
but
it. I
the
would want
rest of the
that for
country
sure.
has been doing it
For a long time.
oh, a very long time. So this is a great question, and it's just one more point. You don't have to do this.
Okay.
However, Karin, if you were my sister, I'd be recommending you do this.
Okay. So Realty Connect agents obviously don't do that for the conception of, or to keep that client binded to them.
It's really never about that.
it's
As a matter of
never ever
fact,
been-
yeah, if you're working with a client and for some reason it's not going as planned, I mean,
Why would you
there's
wanna
no
stay?
need to continue to work
Yeah.
with that person. But we're trained, Realty Connect trains the agents to work in the client's best interest, to
Right.
look out for all the things they should.
Right.
We do have a complete buyer broker training program.
Yes, I know.
And I think there's no better way to go
Right.
in purchasing a house than to have representation.
Well, that-
It's almost like, say you went to court, and you
You don't know what to do.
you didn't have an attorney represent you in
Yeah.
court, you know, I mean,
Sure.
what would you do?
Oh, it's very,
You know?
right. You may
And
be
that's
lost.
the way a real estate transaction happens if you
Okay.
don't have representation.
Okay, so they're looking out for the best interest of you, and also you're not running around haphazardly,
And
and
they're
then,
also taking the responsibility that they are taking the responsibility that they're
Right.
working for you. Their license now says, I'm working for you.
okay. So
Otherwise,
they're finding you what you
Yeah.
want, they're
Oh.
keeping up with any listings that are coming
and
on.
they're also looking out for your concerns. What's
And they'll
those
negotiate on your
concerns?
behalf.
Right.
So Tony and
I love
Rose, you
Go
don't
for it.
have to sign a buyer broker contract. You don't have to do it with any one particular agent. You can interview agents. But I do recommend it as the best way.
I like that.
To purchase
I'm
a
really
home.
glad you explained that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was a good question.
yeah, great, that was the last question?
That was the last question
I
for
like these
today.
questions.
But in case you have a question, you can always email or text it to us at realtyconnectli@gmail.com, or text it to 516-702-5406, or you can call in live right now to 516-702-5406. So,
We have some listings.
let's talk a little bit about, I
Oh,
don't
we're
know,
good.
yeah, we have some more information we wanted to just go over.
Oh,
I was doing some research about what's going on in the industry
Okay.
and what's
I was getting afraid.
expected to happen. I know, she thought we had a prank coming here.
Yeah, I did.
That's
No,
coming, Corinne.
but
Yeah.
We're looking at a big change in the industry as to what's actually coming. New construction is slowed down.
Yeah.
They average 1.6 million houses being built in new construction on a yearly basis, and only 600,000 have been being built. So there's a shortage in houses of new construction coming on. This boomerang buyer is coming back into market, which is an exciting
Explain
thing.
that, boomerang boy. You know, you give a lot of information sometimes really fast. Really pay attention, everybody, to what John's saying here. These next few comments are really important to you as the consumer, buyer or seller, over the next period of time.
Pay
and
attention.
pay
To
attention.
my man
Yes.
John. Okay, we're on full alert.
What do we do? No.
What was I talking about?
The boomerang buyer, or the
Oh, yeah.
quote boomerang buyer, are the people that got caught in the boom, so to
Ah.
speak, when houses were just going up 25-30%. They used the house as their ATM. They got swimming pools and boats and
They
cars
forgot it
from
was
their
home.
house.
They forgot it was home.
And they got caught, and then the recession hit, and they lost their homes, unfortunately. Their 8 years would be the trend for them to fix their credit, put enough money together for a down payment, and come back into the
Step
marketplace.
back to the marketplace.
Okay.
Boomerang back.
Wow.
And statistics are predicting
great
7
term.
out of 10 people will buy a house again.
7 out
7
of 10
out of 10 of those people are gonna come
Oh.
back and buy a house.
Okay.
So that's a huge influx of buyers, and some of them have already fixed their credit, and some of them are already stepping back
Starting to
into
step
the
back in.
marketplace.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's an expectation we can have for those buyers to come back into the marketplace. Now, and there's more buyers coming back because, well, I got another term, echo boom.
Yeah.
That's the next generation.
Echo boom?
After the,
You hear all this,
Yeah.
I'm glad, John, you're saying this, because you
Yeah.
hear all of this on all the news stations, or you read something, or you see something, and they label these because it really does apply to certain age
Yeah.
groups, and
Ah.
what was going on in their lives that now make them react the way they
So
react.
John's not making up these terms?
no,
They're like,
they're
oh.
real terms.
Oh,
Hey, another one.
really?
No, I know, I made them up after I read them.
Oh.
But the echo boom buyer is that buyer that is the children of the baby boomers,
Mhm.
and there are 80 million of them coming into the marketplace.
Okay.
So that's like the startup of a conveyor belt, and that's just gonna be dropping buyers into the marketplace. And they're from age brackets of, say, 18 to 31. And the average age right now for a first-time home buyer is 30 years old.
Right.
So those
30
buyers are
years
about to
old. Right.
drop into our marketplace, okay? And there's one other thing
Huge.
that's happening that's creating a little bit of a shortage of inventory, is that in 1979, the expected lifespan for you and I and everyone else in the populace was 71 years old. They're predicting now in 2015, it'll be 79 years old. All right, so I've just given you some extra
And
time
we
to
are
hang out.
Yeah.
No,
You
really,
are
you guys-
so far away
Oh,
from
forget
it.
that, yeah, I will be-
Miles away.
I'm not gonna be 79 for another couple of minutes. So those people are not gonna sell their houses
Right.
at
They're gonna
age
stay.
65 and 70. They're gonna stay another 8 or 10 years.
Puts
So
more
that
pressure
inventory
on them.
pulls off the market.
Okay, wow.
So inventory will diminish a little bit, but the problem with that is people say, oh, then I'll get more for my house. The buyers are so much more aware of what's going on in the economy.
Interest rates, all of those things, it's all there, they can see all that information. They can see inventory went up, they can see that the interest rates are tweaking down, tweaking up. They get a sense of it very, very quickly.
Yeah.
They're very savvy, really savvy.
So what we're actually gonna have, what we've impacted is a very, very, very normal market with maybe 3 to 5% appreciation pocketed. Some places won't go up, some will. And none of this craziness of the market jumping up, 20%, none of the craziness of the
not.
market going down 25%, but a very normal market with an educated, sophisticated buyer And as seller, that would be necessary for them to really evaluate the economy and price their house correctly to get it sold. It's actually a good thing for stabilizing housing, stabilizing the economy, and making things better as far as, especially in our Long Island market. But this isn't just happening in Long Island.
And an overall theme that's happening, which is also nice, is it's no longer the ATM card. All of those groups that he just spoke of are looking to buy a home, enjoy it with their family, and nest egg the way it was for years and years and years.
I'm not seeing people doing that as much, I guess.
They're
that
really
people are
settled,
getting
they're
more
making it
educated
home
about
again,
doing
enjoying it,
Yeah.
which is why you're starting to feel, because you're someone looking to bump up, to finish his point.
Yeah.
There's not as much. Those people that are in those houses that would be your final purchase are not ready to sell yet.
Right.
They're gonna live another X years, and they're enjoying their house too, so there's less for you to pick from.
That's hard. It's a hard spot to be in. Really, really
It's
hard
a good spot.
Well, good. There's good and bad. You know, it is challenging though, and because then there's no motivation to sell your house. You just sort of sit there, and that purgatory of selling a house to me is awful, I think.
When you don't want to do anything because you're not staying, but you don't want to not do things because you need to enjoy yourself in the house.
It's a hard spot, but we did repaint our whole house and we put all wood floors in.
Well, that can only benefit you in the sale.
We're loving it, or we love. And
Is that how you got the scrape you were painting on your finger there?
oh, John told me that this is a burn from
From
cooking
the pizza
so much.
oven.
Do you
It's
cook?
Pizza.
Do you cook or
Yeah,
dial?
oh, you're mean. You're mean. I dialed last night, but I cook usually. Okay, but don't
What are
be
you making
mean.
for dinner? Reservations?
Yeah, but you know, we're moving right now, our business, and I would love to cook dinner every night, but you know, working mom and running
Smooth,
around.
She really segued.
Yeah, she would.
Just in case her husband was listening.
Yeah, she would
got
love
that
to
covered.
cook, but she's not going to.
You guys are
Besides, you don't want me to
unbelievable.
get cuts.
I don't know when it turned, right, don't you want my hands to stay nice?
That's it, yes.
You know, it used to be we pick on Mike, and this has somehow shifted that we pick on Corinne, but I love it. I
We're
love
all
you
out of
guys.
stuff with Mike.
Yeah,
We're
right.
done, yeah.
Oh, we could find stuff.
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
I'm trying to think of something to pick on Donna.
Oh, I gotta
about.
change
We'll
it
get Donna
around.
next
I
week.
think that Donna should have been, oh, Donna's so cute. I think that Donna should have been tickling Brandon. There was actually a really steady hand, I think, there with the
He's
camera.
tired. Look,
He's
he's
not
holding
even
that
open
camera.
his
I can tell he's
Doesn't matter.
straining.
Yeah, poor guy.
This isn't easy.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, do we have anything else to
Yeah,
cover?
I don't know,
today?
what time is it? Do we have any time left in
It
this?
would be great to
We
go
have
to
a couple
listings if
minutes, but we
possible.
could- I would love
We
to.
can go to listings. So again, I have our screen up in case you wanted to email, text, or call in. The numbers are there. The email is there. Please feel free to do that. We'll try to answer your questions on next week's show. And at this point, we'll jump into some new listings. Okay, here we go. Here's our first listing. This is in Deer Park. Patricia Kent, who is an agent who recently joined us, a dynamic individual, really great agent. She's got a beautiful ranch over in Deer Park at $299.9. Charming Birchwood Ranch, great house, architectural roof, brand new on there, replacement windows. This is a super house, move-in condition. Yeah,
And it's in the northeast part of Deer Park. Very
beautiful. So
Nice
if you're
price
interested
range.
in something like that, please give us a call. Let's see what else we got. And there's a little interior shot. I guess that's the basement. I guess they enjoy themselves on the,
It's beautiful.
yeah. That's a nice family setting down there, a little bar and everything to hang out. Beautiful. And there's the yard.
It's fully fenced, and it's got a nice patio. Here's one on 154 Jackson South Avenue. It's on Jackson Avenue South in St. James.
Oh, I like that.
Not too far from where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's on for $369.9. Good price. It's updated. It's on a quiet, dead-end street. It's got an
Cool.
open floor plan, granite,
It's got a brand new pool in there, or a new pool, I should say.
stainless
Yeah.
steel appliances.
Terrific house.
Wow.
Very
I like
nice.
that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
St. James is such a
See what it looks
sweet
like.
area.
Oh, look at that
It
inside.
It is a
Yeah.
sweet area.
Very nice.
Oh, that's
house.
the inside?
Yeah.
Wow, very, very nice.
Beautiful house. There's a yard with a pool.
Nice in-ground pool.
Get ready for next summer.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we love Paul Music.
Mhm.
Well, I love him. You guys may not love him, but.
Well, he's a great agent.
He's
Does a
a
good
great
job. He's a
guy.
hustler.
He's
Yeah, he's
so
always
sweet.
working. Yeah.
Great. Terry Road in Sayville,
Yes.
totally renovated price for $419.
Yeah, Christopher just joined us, a great agent
Really?
also. Yep, he's a terrific guy. He really knows his stuff, and that's the new listing he's got. So let's see if we can't get this sold for us
Master
today.
bedroom bath with a nice jacuzzi tub. That
Yeah.
sounds Nice.
419,990. That's a great house.
Now, do a lot of your agents now pick areas to stay in, or do people generally now, I mean, Christopher just coming on, is that gonna be sort of his area, or does he
Oh,
kind of
Realty
focus
Connect,
on?
you're everywhere.
Yeah, you are, right?
We're everywhere.
didn't,
We're sitting in Setauket right now.
Right, well,
Yeah.
you're everywhere for sure, but all of your agents
Yeah.
are
Yeah, that's
expected to be
the
everywhere.
concept now is
Right.
they really are well-schooled on Long Island, not
That's
on a
great.
particular
'Cause it used
section
to
of
be,
Long Island.
Pick that area,
Yeah.
and that's your turf,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but that doesn't really play into the marketplace. People are moving all across Long Island from,
Sure.
you know, the North Shore to South Shore, South Shore to North Shore, East, West, so you really have to be knowledgeable in all areas.
Sure.
And be willing to put people in the car and go
Well,
for it.
speaking about going shore to shore, here's one on
That's pretty.
14 Baywood Street in West Babylon. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath colonial.
Looks
with,
new.
With a nice 8-foot clear basement.
Yeah, that's a good-looking house.
Yeah,
that's a
very,
really
very
nice-
nice
Take a look
house.
inside there and see what we got.
Oh,
It's
Beautiful floors.
ready to move in, it's
Nice.
vacant. How nice.
Beautiful window.
Now, if it was new, it would
Yeah.
say new, right? So even though
Look
it
at
looks
that.
new,
Yeah, it looks like it was
Completely
redone.
renovated,
redone.
It's
okay,
completely renovated, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, and Rich Accomando and John Candiano, those are two agents out of our Babylon area that handle that area very, very
And
well.
their names are a mouthful.
Oh my God, yeah. Rich Accomando and John Candiano.
I'm really glad you took that one.
That's why I pointed.
I could say Paul Buso.
We had John Fitzgerald tell him about it.
Yeah. So, and here's one in Port Jeff, Amanda Eckhart, terrific agent. This is a 3-4 bedroom, and usually what that means is there's an extra room, you can use it for a study or an office or whatever it might be.
Yeah, this came on. It's
Yep,
nice.
great, nice windows, vinyl siding.
Great
Beautiful.
price.
Enjoy the harbor,
430,000.
and
Yeah.
right
Half
village.
an acre, you're very
Yeah.
close to the village.
Yeah,
Very
Port
nice.
Jeff is beautiful.
Oh, I love Port
Great,
Jeff.
yeah, the ferry comes in there, you can go across to Connecticut and just great places.
And how about when
Yeah.
they do the whole Christmas town,
Yeah.
right? And the actors
great
walk all
spot.
around, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
that.
that's in about 3
Nice
weeks.
place to live.
Oh, I can't,
Yeah.
I love that.
See what it looks like inside.
Nice,
Very
very
nice.
nice. I like that.
Look at that
Beautiful,
yard.
right?
Wow, that's a great shot.
Got
Okay,
one more,
Stony
here's
Brook.
one. 38 Spencer Lane in Stony Brook. This is in what you'd call the S section. This is also a new listing. It just came on for $459.
It's a great
on-
area,
it
very
is, it's
desirable,
nice.
always.
It's near everything. It's close, it's very close to Stony Brook, Medicine, Stony Brook University, Stony Brook Village. Very nice.
What a great picture with the lights on like that. It's
I
just
know,
a
it's
good
really
picture.
pretty,
It
like
really
the
shows
sun
nice.
is just
Stephanie
setting.
Carrillo, terrific agent. That's a great picture. Let's see what inside looks like on this old fireplace. Nice.
Very clean.
nice.
The look is
Yeah,
really
David
clean.
Browning's up
Hardwood
with black
floors.
granite,
Look at
stainless
that
steel
floor, I
appliances.
really love that.
Yeah, look at the kitchen.
Very nice.
That's a great house, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and
That's
here's one in
nice.
Wisconsin. Linda Weinstein has this one, totally updated colonial splanch.
Mhm.
And a colonial splanch is basically, has the living room on a separate floor. Very different style house, but a very nice house, a great house for entertaining.
Right.
Bedrooms
Yeah, it's
upstairs.
kind of nice. It has
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
levels in
I
the
like that
splash.
too.
Yeah.
It kind of makes
Kinda
the
feel like
house really have
That
more
it never
places you can
stops,
go. You can
Yeah.
go,
even.
you can go hide.
Yeah.
'Cause you
Yeah.
got places you
Is
can
that what
go.
you like, Michael, to hide?
Sometimes.
Yeah. He hides from us on the show, that's
Mike, there's a big desk here that you can hide under.
yeah, beautiful patio, nice backyard.
Wait, that
Really
was the
nice.
same house?
It's all the same
Wow.
house, yeah.
Very nice. All of
Big
these
house,
listings
nice
today, I
property,
believe,
yeah.
are, well, not this one, but under 500,000.
Look at the size of
Imagine
that.
889.
That's a
that
huge
Dick's
house. Yeah, they
Beautiful.
built that over the garage, so you have that bonus
Tremendous.
room.
Big hideout
Completely
space, Michael.
redone.
Yeah.
5 bedrooms.
Heather Saul, another terrific agent who works for us, specializes in that area. We just talked about that, but Heather happens to specialize in that Dix Hills area.
Okay.
Yeah, hardwood floors, custom moldings, everything done in
Dual,
this
dual
house.
staircase. I wonder if
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
see. Let's see if we
And
can
a
see.
That's
some-
pretty cool.
saltwater pool with
Wow.
a waterfall.
And his and her
Let's take a look and
dressing
see if we got a
areas.
picture of that pool.
Nice.
I
They
don't know.
meet in the middle.
That's what
There's
your
the,
wife
look at the den of the fireplace. And there's the
Wow.
pool,
Wow.
salt water with a waterfall.
That was when
What a
Lisa
fabulous
God
house.
talked about the wow factor.
That's
gotta
Has a
be
wow
Yeah,
factor.
that's really
Very
nice.
true.
That's nice. So that's
Oh,
our
that was
listings for
it?
today.
I don't even want to wrap up. This was such a great show. I learned a lot.
Oh, I'm glad.
Thank
We
you.
had a great time doing it. You know, it's always great to
Good.
do the show with you.
Good.
You're the best.
You're the
You are.
best.
And
No,
we're
you
looking
are.
forward to your studio.
I know. So
We'll
let's
be in the
let's
studio
try to
and
shoot
it'll
next
be a
week
lot of
live
fun.
in the shoot in the
Yeah, so
studio.
that's the Daily Blue Right? How am I doing? Can I do the
Yeah,
commercial?
let's
That's
do
the
the end.
Daily Blue, and you can find us on thedailyblue.com, and that's BLU, not BLUE. And the studio, we'll be shooting from the studio in Smithtown,
Yes.
which is being custom built just for us,
Yes,
Realty
it is.
Connect. Not really.
Yes, it is.
But
Well, of
And,
course, we're gonna have a green screen.
yeah.
So I'm here today with Karin Caro and Michael Arteville.
Unbelievable, this guy. Yeah, we'll
Look
see
who's
what happens
picking on
next
you
week.
now.
Yeah.
Scarecrow's
You know, and I
picking
said
on
you weren't the one that picked on me.
No, I never did.
No,
But it was a
never.
great show
Great.
today.
It was a
Thank
great
you.
show. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Brandon, our camera guy, who's held a steady hand this whole time. And thank you, of course, to Donna Drake, Brittany Blue Chip, all the Blue Chippers that promote the show, because you guys have some heavy views. And I gotta say,
Great.
really,
Glad
thank
to
you.
Share with the community.
Thank you for growing Realty Connects and being part of our family, and of course at the Daily Blue. I'm Karin Caro. Thanks so much. Have a great, great weekend, TGIF. All right. I love you guys.